final set for this multi-org, inter-org, whatever the hell you want to call it. This tournament that we've got going on.
My bad.
Well, what did you do?
No. Just how long it's been going. Hey, we know for
No, you're
next
good.
time. We know for next
Right.
time.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
first
is
time the org's doing
definitely late.
a big tourney like this, so gotta iron out the kinks as we go.
No, yeah,
These
the first
teams.
one's always going to be jank, boys. Don't worry. The
Yep.
second one will be
Always.
better.
Exactly. Hopefully bigger too. Hopefully bigger. So we are live, right?
We are live, yes.
So yeah, if any org owners or anybody like that's out there watching, if you are interested in joining up with KC in terms of organizing tournaments, just give me a message. And if you're a team captain that would like to participate in some of these teams, these org tournaments, do shoot me a message and I'll try to get you in.
Excuse me. Whoa.
And if you don't have a team and you are looking to play, we do have free agent teams. We had 2 of them that showed up today. Both of them performed better than expected, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, they beat 2 actual teams, which is actually kind of crazy.
Speaking of actual teams, let's talk about the Shine and the Backdoor Boys. I know nothing about the Backdoor Boys. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, so the Backdoor Boys used to be Divine's team, but they left them because it's Divine. So
Yeah,
it
you know,
is on that
I
front.
don't think there's much more that needs to be said. That is fair.
Not really on that front. Yeah, so they left Divine, kind of picked up a couple people here and there, and made their own team. Now being the Backdoor Boys. Obviously the Shine. Being was it TRO, the Ruined Order? Yeah, TRO team. I mean, this will be the second game we've seen of them. Definitely a very good team. Not somebody that you can kind of scoff at, especially since they're using Promosis in jungle, which is not their normal jungle. That's their mid laner.
It is definitely going to be an interesting one. By the way, they are ready to go whenever Loshak, so just go ahead and I'd give them the heads up.
Yep.
Where are we at here? So we're just waiting on them to get the games.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the Backdoor Boys is unfortunately with the banishment having to forfeit the rest of their games. They actually hold up, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. They haven't played in about 4 hours.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so it's been a little while for them. So I'm
That's
gonna go
rough,
back
buddy.
to this. I talked to Misa about this prior. Whenever we were on the desk, is what do you think the bigger advantage is? Is it being fatigued, playing all these games back to back to back to back, or is it or I guess which one's the bigger advantage? Playing the multiple games, or is it having a bit of a break, being able to collect your thoughts,
So
eat some food, go to the bathroom, and it's no rush.
yeah, the problem with having that break is that you can end up coming out of your zone, right? Some people, I know for me in particular, sometimes you just get into the competitive zone, right? You have that switch that kind of gets flicked. And coming back into that, mentality can definitely be a challenge for those that have taken a long break, 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see how the Backdoor Boys end up getting their momentum back, as we saw exactly what the Shine can do with momentum.
Oh yes, and that's something that you definitely do not want to give them. Obviously, they already have it, but I think if any teams today can stop them, it's definitely going to be the Backdoor Boys. They're definitely one of the favorites coming into this tournament to win. In my opinion, the other favorite was the Shine. So the 2 teams that were most likely to make it have made it here into the finals. So
And now it's just to
very
determine
interested in this.
who's better on game day. After all, in tournaments, it doesn't matter who's better overall. It matters who showed up on game day and performs better.
Right.
That's how J Dragons ran a full.
Oh gosh, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
No. Freaking nuts.
Speaking of which,
So
we
my
are
thing
in
is-
on Picks and Bans.
Yep. I wonder if there was some research done. I wonder if they will ban this Charybdis.
They should. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
If they
blatant
were-
about it. They should.
Because
They were
have the
watching the
exact same
stream.
knowledge that we do. You can look at the screenshots. You can see this guy is pretty much only playing Charybdis. There needs to be something that happens. However, the other god that was played, I'm not gonna rat him out. That's wrong. The other god he did play, he was 8-1 on it. So he's definitely not a one trick. But I definitely would rather see him more uncomfortable on a Rama than a Charybdis.
Most
I
definitely.
ratted him out.
You did rat him out. So Ares, Sobek,
I did.
Kuzenbo.
Yep.
3 pretty consistent bans with what exactly we've got going on, right? Sobek, rather potent game 1 in that set we just watched. Ares, a bit of a weird one, but perhaps they just can't play against it. After all, we all know how it is. Sometimes you just ban things because you can't play against it. And Kuzenbo, one of the most potent switches between solo and support. Both of them being annoying to deal with, as they're trying to find out what exactly they got going on here for the bans, trying to figure out what exactly they're trying to decide here. Athena is the decision. Athena not been played very much at all. She's been left up quite a bit, as Kukulkan ends up getting the 3rd ban for that Shine team. As now we have the last ban of this first phase.
What's being left up here? We got the Thoth, the Hachi, the Charon.
Awelix,
Those are the 3 Awelix.
Thor.
Those are the 4 big ones. Thanatos as well.
Thana,
So you have those options for your first pick.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu's up there for sure. And then
Odin.
Daji. Odin. This dude was slamming that button. Oh my
He
gosh.
he looked at it and he said, if Odin's up, don't worry, I got you. If it's not,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, this guy was practicing his arena cues, trying to play the new gods. That's what that was right there.
yeah, that
As
was
soon as soon as it was
insta-lock.
available.
Just like our.
No, we haven't seen
Oh,
today. We have not seen the Tiamat get picked, and I think
I
would
Tiamat's
not-
rather
generally
not see it
pretty.
get picked.
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of
Pretty
Tiamat
strong,
right
right?
now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Tiamat
You
does
would think
Tiamat
with-
things, but she just isn't as potent right now, right? She doesn't get the chance to bully in the late game quite as consistently.
Right.
However, if it is with an Odin and a full dive comp, I'd imagine that they probably could. So, hey, you never know. Speaking of, hey, you never know, Jing Shin locked in for the Backdoor Boys. Still a flex between support and solo, so I'm interested to see where exactly he decides to go. And Bologna locked in. Never mind, it's a support, probably.
What?
As
Why
Bologna
are we
gets
playing Bologna
locked
still? Why are
into
we still doing this?
Odin, which is interesting.
Why are we doing? I'm so confused. Why play the Bologna when there's just better picks?
You
Like
know,
Cthulhu.
honestly, I would have been more as a Wheelix gets locked in. That is
Oh,
unfortunate for this
Geb?
Jing Shin.
They're gonna run a Geb?
Could be Geb, could be anything here. Honestly, I imagine it's probably the Charybdis here. As
Oh
we
yeah,
have
so
seen.
right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He
I
is
don't
a
know what I'm
walking
thinking.
tumor. So, you know, he's going to do the same thing, and there it is.
Wow.
Wow, we're
Ooh.
surprised.
And honestly, we are so surprised
him.
about this.
Boo
Yeah,
him.
so
Even
boo
though
him
he's a
off the
part of
stage.
KC on a different team. Boo him.
Boo.
He is certainly a walking tumor. That much is true. Hachiman was
dude.
up too, by the way. That's
Nah, this dude doesn't
crazy.
care about Hachi, dude. He said Charybdis only, baby. Yeah.
And acting like fish out here, that's crazy. That is
Man,
crazy.
That's tough. That's tough for my mental.
That's tough for all our collective
Right.
mental. I don't want to see
Right.
another Charybdis game, man.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
So boring,
well,
so boring.
Agni gets banned, as Seepage did have quite the performance on it in that first game of the set we just saw. Thor now
Next
getting
tournament,
banned.
Charybdis ban. Charybdis can't ban in this next tournament.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness! But in all seriousness, though, I would like to see a Thanatos band come out here. To be
From the
honest,
Shine.
Yeah, from the Shine.
But from our boys, a Baron Somdi ban.
What?
That is weird. Morgan Le
What's
Fay is
besides
banned
Baron?
from the mid.
Do you think that was a misclick?
And Bacchus?
It's got to be. Bacchus could, yeah, I bet it was a Bacchus.
Bacchus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Dang.
Let's see if they roll with it.
That is something they could DM one of you two and get fixed if they really wanted, but maybe it is just a
They
Baron zombie.
decided the
Man.
Bastet is the correct option.
It could be. Maybe they're psychopaths. I don't know.
Right. Maybe their mid laner's like, I cannot deal with Baron. We have to.
Like today, dude, I can't.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's just like, man, we saw that Hort played that one Baron solo game, and he like actually didn't. He fed, but he actually won and had top gold that game. We can't let that go through. That's crazy.
Right. Hort feeding? Wow.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as I was in solo too. By the way, I was solo Baron with
Hort feeding
Bumba's
in solo?
Warlocks.
Wow.
Against Osiris, by the way. So shout out to Osiris. That is rough. Big man Osiris hitting a poor Baron upside the head. Geb and Baba Yaga.
That's a good draft right there.
That is a good fight.
Wait. He picked Bastet into the Wheelix.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
What?
Yes, correct.
Trust me, I'm thinking the same thing right now, Loshak. This is
Okay.
I just unfazed. I was unfazed about what was picked. Why? Why?
For the simple reason, Loshak, of why not.
I'm trying to think of better picks.
Susano, Tsukiyomi,
Anna,
Thanatos.
Brad.
Ratatasker.
They do need the on her. Yokai is correct. On her in the ADC role, Hachiman in mid. That would be the true pinnacle of what the hell is going on
now
here.
We're talking.
As Scylla is getting covered
Hou-Yi would have been the
and
best
locked
option,
in.
actually.
Okay, so Scylla we at least have one burst mage in this game. And
Yep,
it
somebody can
is
secure
there. By the way, Thoth was
Did
up.
you just
and
say
decided not to
Hou-Yi
pick it.
against the Willix?
Yep. Hey, we're already picking Bastet. Might as well.
So help us.
Oh,
They
man.
can only
Give me
grab us.
Uller.
They can only grab one.
Might as well be Serket at this point, honestly.
Give me
Right,
Uller.
right.
Give me Neith.
Actually, might not have minded Serket here.
Give me Neith. Give me Neith.
Yeah. Give me Neith.
That's what it feels like seeing that Bastet lock in.
Yo, these guys are lucky I'm not on their team, because I would definitely lock a Neith support here.
Gosh, dude, my head hurts just looking at it. Oh wow.
You would lock in Neith support, and you would lock in ESET support with the same speed for different reasons.
What is happening, boys?
It's the final set. We've been casting literally all day, and we're a bit loopy now. That's how this one works.
I have just received a text from my roommate saying, "Fend for yourself for dinner. I am leaving."
Yeah, that is
We've
rough.
been going 7 hours here, boys. 7 long hours.
You're missing a few. You're missing a few numbers there.
No, 7. We started at 3.
Wait, what?
Loshak.
Oh, your time. Right. I'm mountain time, so
Okay,
I'm like,
so yeah, okay. You know what? No, you're right. Oh, let's count this. Let's count. I can count
man,
to
I'm
one.
losing it.
By the way, it has gone progressively shorter for our VOD. So first we had 3 hours, then we had 2, now we have 1.5. So let's see if this ends up going later.
You know, you're jinxing us. I just need you to know that. This is going to be 3 50-minute games. And we're just going to hate ourselves.
Yeah, back to back. And it's like somehow KC wins this one because Bastet just popped off and Wheelix could never grab him. And then we go into the nonsense that is a game 2, which is like a Shiva jungle or something. And then we go into game 3, and we're like, what the hell is this? Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Well, unfortunately here, boys, I am going to have to hop off the cast. My wife does have work in the morning. Unfortunately. Good luck, boys. Good luck with the
We'll
cash.
need it.
Yeah, definitely. Happy Easter if you do celebrate.
If not, happy Sunday.
Ligma.
For Charybdis
You know I feel so. I got good news and bad news.
How about I do this alone?
No, the good
thank God.
news is that is that well, there is no good news. The bad news is that I just shaved the screw. The screw on my glasses just got shaved off.
Oh, you
And
sheared it?
so, I don't know what just happened, but I need to find some tape. So you might be alone for the start of this game. I
That's
apologize.
alright. I can talk to myself. It's fine.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Hey guys,
True
how's it
professional.
going? We're yeah, hey, it's how we go. As we're getting into this game, I do want to talk a little bit more about these team comps and what exactly is going to be going on with it. As we are actually going into this game, we are loading up here. I don't get the Bologna. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the Jin was gonna go to solo. I was completely baiting myself the entire time, thinking I would never go to support here. Because Cthulhu was up, and I thought they were going to pick Jingchin Cthulhu and have a funny time. But no, they
No, I'll
instead
do it.
decided this.
Yep. Thank you.
As we are getting into game number 1, Backdoor Boys versus The Shine. And these comps are volatile. They are crazy, brothers. They are absolutely insane. I am expecting Charybdis to do the same thing that Charybdis has been doing all game, and because of that, we're going to see... Oh, nope. It worked properly! Let's go! It's actually right this time! Ah, we love to be alive. For once. So we're going to go ahead and take a walk with Charybdis, a walk in the life with Charybdis, if you will. And actually, we're just going to go ahead and... nope, there we go. We're just going to see exactly how she clears these camps and becomes the pinnacle of success in this lane. I'm expecting some good fireworks here from both sides. I'm expecting some solid smite. And I'm expecting Odin to absolutely demolish solo lane, by the way. Absolutely demolish. No questions asked. But, on the bright side, we did get the Warrior's Axe on the Bologna. That's Axe of Animosity. This is a wonderful time to be a Bologna in solo lane. So, hey, maybe it'll prove on why it's better. As we're waiting for creeps to actually spawn in, I do also want to point out how much weird CC they have for the Awilix, other than the Moonlight Charge. They do have the Bastet Leap and the Sentinel, but they also have Geb Knockup in 2 different ways. They have the Baba Yaga Ultimate, and the Charybdis coming out of Whirlpool form in the enhanced version. Which is rather interesting a way to go about this. Yes, this is true Charybdis gameplay, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. As now we return back to a proper form. They were relatively close, actually, in terms of their clear. That is weird. That is interesting. Solo notably does not have the Sikkim, so it's not going to be as consistent here. But we're going to go ahead and take a stroll down to Promosis. It looks like they are aware that the Bastet is on the way. Maybe. The cat means that a good slow is happening, and that means that the 2 will confirm some damage onto the Geb, some good poke. But it's not quite good enough, as Promosis is now in this mid lane, at least getting some of the mid Harpies. Looks like it was 1 and 2. They got 2. As now Bastet is looking to try to get more aggressive here, but Baba Yaga is also there. The root ends up causing the Baba Yaga to miss their ability, but the Scylla Sikkim forces out the beads onto the Baba Yaga. It's a crazy, crazy engagement here in mid, in the early game where nothing really happens. of impact, unfortunately. Osmosis is going towards the solo side of the map. And a shell and a horrific both get popped at basically the same time. Beads has to be used onto this Hachiman to try to get him out. And the whirlpool form causes the Charybdis to come out as well. A true engagement going on here, as both relics are used. As Bologna is getting more than enough in terms of the craziness that is solo lane farm. Fable is getting a little bit low due to this Warrior's Axe, but we'll see how that goes here in a little bit, assuming that nothing weird happens, and something weird is happening. 2 of those creeps to the jungler of the Shine, and 1 to the Backdoor Boys. This game is much, much closer than the previous ones that we ended up seeing. Especially in this early game. No first bloods yet. Nothing crazy happening. As we are returning to form. But you do start to see a lead start to form. Odin has about half a level up onto the Bologna. Likely just due to getting that blue buff. Bastet has a lead, and the dual lane of the Shine has a lead on their direct counterparts, as expected of boring Charybdis gameplay. But this about half level lead in jungle is what I want to focus on. It is a good thing for the Backdoor Boys. You want to get, and half level in mid actually. It's what you want to look at when you are in these positions, right? You want to look for the good leads. You want to look for exactly what's going on. Speaking of what's going on, Troglodyte is getting gone on quite a bit, but the Eagles rally is good. And now Hayden is here, and the I'm a Monster is beautiful. Gets first blood for the Backdoor Boys. And a good Sikkim means that they get the second blood as well. Oh my god, a beautiful rotation from Hayden in mid to make sure that his solo laner stays alive. And they get a first double kill. Yes. Early double kill for the Scylla. It is a beautiful ultimate, a beautiful gank. And Bologna ends up getting the Berserker Shield early. But we are returning back to form. Seepage is rather low. No Gravity Surge, so they can't quite pull back the Bastet, as the Gravity Surge was likely used onto the Bologna. Speaking of the Bologna, Odin gets that. Unlucky. As now we are again returning to form. Now Promosis has the half-level lead in the good old jungle. Oh boy. Anyway. He's a rock. As Geb looking to just farm up. Again, this is just about the early game that you expect. But a solid 700 gold lead, likely all in mid as we look to the net worth chart. A lot of it in mid, a decent amount of it in solo as well, due to those assists. Speaking of solo, let's go ahead and take a look at the Eagles rally and the invades that was successful from Troglodyte. As now Seepage is getting gone on by the Bastet. Just a little bit of poke, a little bit of damage. Misses out on the 2, however, as the leap was good. But now we are returning back to form, returning back to the old-fashioned way of life. I'm interested to see this Baba Yaga, as Baba Yaga normally likes to go for those stacking items, the Book of Thoth, the Karen's Coin, the Prophetic Cloak, but instead deciding to go towards the Spear of Desolation, as Promosis gets a little bit cheeky, invades the Bologna's blue buff. Not that they need it. But now Bologna is aware, or should be aware, that Wheelix is nearby. Nope, just kidding. As now Troglodyte does end up getting the... Oh my god, a beautiful turn and juke to get away from the Wheelix gravity surge. But a good feather step means that Troglodyte should be... Oh, that's a good whiff for our boys, a bad whiff for them. As now, Mad Ting Momo ends up getting the credit for the kill onto the... Oh no! So very close. No kills in solo, but quite the engagement. As now the ADCs are going into this good old-fashioned brawl. Good leap from Seepage. Good usage of that ability consistently. Just to make sure that there is no ultimates actually hitting him. But this is a bit more in style for what this comp wants. Scylla is still about a level ahead. Bologna about that level ahead. Charybdis might be a level ahead, but it's against Hachiman, the safest of the ADCs. Hachiman also does have ultimate. Promosis is nearby, however. So, no, unfortunate. He doesn't actually get anything more off it as the jungler ended up interrupting that 1v1. Unlucky, Hachiman, unlucky. As now we are going back and back with more farm. Dash, are you here so I can stop talking to myself? It looks like that was an unfortunate no. As Bastet decides to take the best of the situation by invading a 3-man rotation onto Fable, however, as the I'm a Monster is good. And you are certainly a monster, Scylla. Seepage also gets hit, but for about 2 damage. Jingchen does need to use his ultimate more consistently. Which is unlucky, truly. But with that beautiful I'm a Monster again, we just keep getting more and more for this mid laner. Now again, about a full level ahead, maybe half a level if they are lucky on the side of the Shine. But Hachiman in a little bit of trouble, but not too much. Able to turn around just in time. Oh, I'm saying about Mannequin, by the way, 35. We don't like those numbers. So Dash ended up having to deal with some stuff. Don't worry about it. I got you. I am here. Speaking of dealing with some stuff, Fable is out of position, way out of position here. And it looks like he did end up securing the blue buff away from the Bologna, however. As Bologna ends up grabbing the kin size this time. 2 go the way of the Bastet, and 1 goes the way of the other boys from the looks of it. As those mid camps are looking good, Jingchen does end up getting the alley-oop onto Geb. Geb, however, is only at about half HP. Unlucky that they can't end up securing a little bit more on him. But Baba Yaga is good, zoning away for their support. As now, Troglodyte is on to Promosis, and he wins the 1v2. As now the red team, Backdoor Boys, looking for this Gold Fury. Hachiman is on the way, does not have the Executioner, but does have the attack speed steroid. As now we are looking to secure the gold, or are we looking to just make sure they don't do it? And it looks like they're just making sure they don't do it. I mean, hey, you know, fair enough. It makes perfect sense to me. As Hachiman does get a little bit lucky that this is up and is able to get some farm back. Clawing his way back up, about half level in mid, about a half level in duo, if not a full level at this point. And a full level and a half to 2 in the solo lane. This is rough for the Shine here in the solo lane. I'm expecting Bellona to have quite the impact when she does rotate out. Don't worry about it, Loshak. Dash is coming back. Speaking of coming back, the Backdoor Boys are not looking for them to get a comeback on them from the Shine as they try to take this beacon, and will do so successfully. As now, Promosis gets the chest camp. I'm just looking for a little invade. As the worst has come to fruition. Charybdis wins lane. Unfortunate. Alright, we can go ahead and get the net worth chart up. Charybdis about a full 1,000 gold up. Same with the mid and the solo laner. As we're looking for all types of madness and shenanigans. Looks like they're looking to gank duo again, or they're at least trying to ping out where exactly people are. Jing was very close to getting pulled there, but no quite. I'm sorry, no dice for that one. And as Nightbot suggested, make sure to submit your resume by joining our Discord, as there's a bit of a 1v1 and a 2v2 happening kind of all across. Looks like the boys in red end up securing the Oni, not the Oni, haha, the Oracle Furies. And only need to use a Jing channel for it. Notably, no beads available for the Awilix, so this would be the last real attempt to try to catch them in that without being able to force the beads. As we continue to look for anything and everything, Bellona is taking the rotation over. We're in stasis mode. Unlucky, truly. As we wait for a little bit of time here, it looks like Bellona is taking the teleport over to try to go to this Gold Fury. Or trying to go for this Charybdis. I wouldn't mind either one, as Geb is the only one currently available towards the gold. But now it looks like there's a grouping 3 versus 5. Hachiman still looking for the Gold Fury, but instead they decide to back off. Now Odin is here, so full 5-on-5 engagement. It's time to see exactly how these team fights will play out. Hayden gets demolished by Baba damage. Oh my god, Odin as well. Taking quite a bit here. A good I'm a Monster and a good Bastet ult means that it's a trade 1-for-1 jungle for mid. But that's going to look like it is it. Jungle for mid, nothing more, as they tried to go towards the Gold Fury. No secure mage means no steal attempt is actually available. But Hachiman, Bastet, and Jingchen are all up. And Bellona just teleported towards mid. Good ultimate from Hachiman means that Geb very low. All it will take is one good usage of abilities. Unfortunate that he couldn't actually get through that, but Seepage gets killed by the combined effort of the Bellona and Bastet. Hachiman, unfortunately, has to watch as his support dies. Charybdis is getting gone on by the Bastet. Now they are instead trying to go back towards his Gold Fury, getting the objective off the map. This is what we like to see from all of our boys. Shogun's Kusari to boot would mean that it gets shredded before anyone can actually get here. Maybe Bellona. The Backdoor Boys do end up getting the secure with a lot of consistent shred. As now Fable also ended up TPing towards mid, looking likely towards this Pyromancer and these back camps as well. Bellona notably also going for this Executioner. Interesting to say the least. Hachi now a full 2 levels down, but that's alleviated by the 2 levels that the jungler has in level in mid. As we... good seal away from Fable will mean that Odin is still busted, and we don't like him. He smells funny.
Good as news.
Oh, Dash is still running around here. Don't worry, he is here. We hear him. As now they are looking towards the beacon, the blue team, specifically the Shine team that we see pinging frantically. I imagine that this would be something to be contested over, but no, instead Bastet is trying to go towards the Pyromancer, as Charybdis makes the rotation towards beacon. It is unfortunate out here. Oh wait, no, Bastet does end up going away. Hachiman is rotating over, uses the dash to get there faster. Jingchen ult forces Geb out of the way, but the gravity surge means that Jingchen will just be destroyed, demolished, if you will. Good ultimate and good usage of abilities means that the Odin will end up dying as well. 1-for-1 trade, support for solo, we take those, but just kidding, it's actually 2-for-1. The jungle ends up falling as well. Bellona very close to death, but does not actually have any dice, as now it's just Seepage and Charybdis against the world, as Geb did have to back. Unfortunately, Hayden did not... Oh my god! Hayden just used a crush singularly, took out over 50% of both carries' health bar, and killed one because Hachiman hit an auto attack. Ha! Damn! That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, if you will. Now the red team, the backdoor boys, looking for this Pyromancer. Pyromancer still being gone on. Geb can't really do much about it. This means that it's free for our KC representatives, the last ones left in the tournament. Of course, because it is the finals after all. As we now have the greatness that is Scylla in the almost late game. 3 levels up against the Baba Yaga means that Scylla will have quite a hefty chunk more damage available to her, and likely a lot more gold in hand. 1700, enough for a tier 2 item, which I'm interested to see what exactly she goes towards. Traditionally, that's going to be the Apollonomicon, but I'm interested to see how that gets adjusted here. Other than that, Hachiman's still about a level down, and 2 levels down is the support for the backdoor boys. But again, a level up, 2 levels up in mid, 2 levels up in jungle, and about a half level lead in solo. Makes it all the worth it. They do end up sealing away this blue buff on the side of the blue team. As now, the red team. Chaos side takes away the blue buff from the Odin. But now it's the Gold Fury. Next objective on the map is up, and Bastet is looking for blood. As they get gravity surged away, Feather Step is good, and that means that the Cataclysm is also useful. It means that no more Bastet, no more threat towards the backline, perhaps, as Bellona is not there. But now we are just looking towards this Gold Fury. They can't keep Scylla and Hachiman out. Jingchen is already in the pit. We are looking to throw away this support as the Bellona has rotated in, looking towards this Charybdis. A good bludgeon forces the Baba Yaga into the ultimate. Hachiman is up into the Gold Fury still. The Shine end up taking that one away, as an Alma Monster is massive and destroys the jungler for the Shine. As now Fable is getting gone on by the support and ADC. We'll go ahead and go over towards him. A beautiful Alma Monster from Hayden absolutely demolishes Seepage and Promosis with the whole Gold Fury in tow. They do end up losing the Gold Fury, but they still maintain that 2,000 gold lead. Likely a bit more as they go towards this tier 1 tower, yes. About a 3,000 gold lead now in favor of the backdoor boys. For for a team called the Backdoor Boys, they sure do fight a lot, by the way. It's crazy out here.
Alright, this is 20 minutes of the game or so. I'm back.
Don't worry, it's been a solo show. Scylla did end up going for the Polynomicon, like I assumed she would. But again, these level leads are alleviated, right? Now it's only the support having the level lead on the Shine. But the Backdoor Boys are massive. As Bologna ends up... not Bologna. Bastet ends up trying to get the... ooh, a Gravity Surge onto Bastet forces out the beads, as now the Jing Chen throws Odin into the corner. No one throws Baby into the corner. So after all, the... oh wait, no, the Eagle's Fury might just throw him into the corner. As now Hayden should be able to just get... oh my god, the crush is massive. I didn't think that crush would reach, I'm not gonna lie to you, as Uncle Fable ends up dying to Hayden as well. It is a huge engagement for the Backdoor Boys as they go back up, group towards the Fire Giant. Troglodyte is starting it, while the rest of the team ends up DPSing it. It's going slow, but you know what they say, low and slow makes a good meal. As now they are dropping and going on to the Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is likely to fall here, as Promosis as well is getting baited a little bit. The biggest thing to worry about right now on map, however, is the Charybdis. The split pushing from the Charybdis, poor form, by the way. That ADC as Bologna, as Bastet just takes out the Baba Yaga. Nothing personal, kid, about it.
That Bastet went from downtown.
Bastet did go from downtown. No ultimate used, however, means that it is a worthwhile trade for the Backdoor Boys. Now, Pyromancer being looked at, second one of the game, second one to fall to the Backdoor Boys. Now increasing their lead to about 4,000. This is a true game of Smite here, Dash. This is what we've been missing all day with the arena games we've been seeing. Slow and steady leads.
Xingtian hitting level 15 means he finally gets to get his starter item done.
Is this going to be heroism? Honestly, I wouldn't hate the compassion here. As by the way, Geb is starting the Fire Giant. No one from the Backdoor Boys is aware and actually nearby.
Scylla can hear it.
Scylla can hear it, but Bastet isn't actually there, and Bastet needs to be there. As now it's the, not even the Hail Mary, it's just the good call of the Backdoor Boys onto this Fire Giant. Now I'm a Monster is so close, but the Shine end up securing that, as they stop DPS just close enough. Promosis ends up getting the kill onto the Bastet, as the Crystal is good. It ends up being used to slow down the onslaught that is the Shine. As now Promosis tries to do more here, but no more to be had. As it is a 1 and Fire Giant for none, a beautiful call from the Shine to get them back on their feet, and now it's the Gold Fury. It's just, you all backed. You can't all back there, buddies.
Right.
Speaking of all backing there, hey Fable, how's it going? It was the heroism, by the way.
I thought I saw a big shield end up on the Scylla,
but with a Gold Fury down, a Fire Giant as well in the pocket of the Shine, this gold lead is now reduced to about 2,000.
And I imagine it's going to shrink even more with the towers going to fall off the map.
It's only 1,000 now. I imagine that if you are the Backdoor Boys, you could definitely defend these Tier 1 towers. You just have to be more careful about it. You can't have Bastet being picked. You can't have Scylla going that far out of position, that far out of her way alone. Right, that's kind of the major thing. You need Hachiman to be nearby. You need everyone to be around just to help you out. But instead they decide to give up this Tier 1 tower. No harm in doing so. As they go up on the Tier 2. As Bologna does end up teleporting in and forces out a beautiful ult, and a beautiful I'm a Monster takes out half his Charybdis' HP. Speaking of Charybdis, Charybdis ends up falling here to all the combined damage in CC. No beads available means no life bar available. A good Sikkim means that Baba Yaga likely to fall. The Crush is bad, but the 2 is good. As Fable is also getting dove by the Bastet. Bastet's still looking to chase, but Promosis is nearby.
Is there potential that this could just be a game?
There is potential this could be a game, but Bastet does need to be with the team. Or at least stop the backs as much as possible.
Odin and Wilix both busy. I guess it's Xingtian falling this low.
Xingtian is low. Xingtian does need to back off. And now with a Wheelix back to base, there's no shot for it. Not until you're grouped as at least 4, maybe 5.
Well, I guess with that stack coming back up with both the bombs, this is a dead Phoenix right here.
This is most definitely a dead Phoenix. They did end up whiffing a bomb. But the Wheelix ended up using the ultimate early. A good Crush, I'm a monster, but the feather stuff is better. A good Cataclysm means that the Hachiman gets credit for that kill on the Wheelix, but Scylla is traded out in return. A 1-for-1 trade, jungle for mid. But it does stop the momentum for the backdoor boys. But more importantly, for the backdoor boys, they get the mid bird.
Right. That's a big one to get, too. Very simply T2 tender foot, T2 tender siege off of
backdoor boys also get the Pyromancer.
Oh, but they can't pick up the bomb. Xingtian is
probably
going to sack here just to grab this bomb, right?
I mean, he does have the ultimate.
It's his ultimate to peel.
He's peeling for himself, and you can respect it.
Ooh,
by the way, speaking of which,
Bastettle
onto the Odin is good to peel for their support, and everyone ends up living, but the red buff is invaded in return. As now next objective on map is the beacon, but the next important objective on map is this fire giant. Going to be up, will be enhanced if you let it. Enhanced fire giant, after all, the best fire giant on the map, that doesn't get better from there.
Right. Then it looks like they're just trying to take off this last 2-1 tower over here in solo lane. They did ping the beacon earlier, so I wonder if they're trying to do a reset for a beacon play.
I think the red team is looking at the beacon right now instead, and quite frankly, with the resets happening, there's no chance anyone from the Cheyenne can actually get over here. Still maintaining about that 3,000 gold lead, but as the game progresses, gold matters less and less.
I would find setting up to grab this Oni Fury.
I would love to grab this Oni Fury, but I think the Fire Giant is more important. I do prefer what the red team has got going on for them. But still pushing up to get more farm, right? Still pushing up to get more objectives in this tier 2 tower. And we'll likely get it as the Polynomicon hits for 500. But now we're looking for Odin. Odin is alone out of position. He does end up jumping away towards the jungler for his team. Speaking of the jungler for his team, forces the Wheelix to use the beads, misses the ult, and now Hayden ends up getting gone on by the rest of the Shine. But no harm done after all. Who's going to actually deal the damage? No one. When Bastet ends up getting the solo kill onto the Wheelix as the Wheelix attempts to back, and now it's just a full-on engage. But the correct call, the discipline call, going back towards this enhanced fire giant. You still have I'm a Monster. You still have Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. The possibilities are in fact endless here, Dash, on what you can grab with this enhanced
fire giant. And as the fire giant gets started up here, Hachiman inevitably gets knocked up because, haha, ADC holds left with too much.
Perhaps, but honestly, I think I'm more scared of
I'm a Monster.
I'm a Monster does end up securing it, thankfully. As the Whirlwind of Rage Steel is used to peel off, that's exactly what I was hoping for. As, oh my god, wait a second, they're just going in, they're actually engaging. My bad, brothers, I forgot. You're a Scylla, I forgot. Oh no, we know what's getting banned next game, and it certainly is not going to be the Charybdis. It's the Scylla.
Well,
Hayden
I think
has
we're going to be going into game 2 here in a second.
I believe so. It's a 5 versus 2 with Enhanced Fire Giant on all 5 members. Ultimate up on the Bastet, and Ultimate soon up on the everyone. As Promosis does end up dying, but the Phoenix does as well. As now it's just Fable versus 5. Fable versus the world. I'm a monster used, and Hachiman on this Titan. There's not much Fable can do other than just fall to the pressure along with his final objective. Game 1 to the Backdoor Boys in extremely convincing fashion. That is a massacre in mid.
You know, just going by the stat lines, I guess if Fable's not on a lane bully, God, he
Gets
gets
bullied.
bullied himself.
Oh, he was bullying. He was still doing what Fable wants to do, right? It's just, again, I think he needed the bauble, and he didn't get it. Right? He had the opportunity to, he just didn't. And more importantly, I think he needed to be able to actually go on the Scylla more consistently. The Scylla had an absolute tear in this game. Right? No one was able to get zone at the Hachiman either, don't get me wrong. But the Scylla was able to just pull her team to that point, right? It's that early mid-game. Scylla had a beautiful rotation to solo lane to counter-gank the Awelix. And it just kept going down and down from there.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few rough spots for the Backdoor Boys, a few plays that weren't quite good enough. Like that Fire Giant call. Beautiful Fire Giant call from the Shine. Right, but end of the day, it didn't matter all that much. As we get into game number 2, as they're already in the middle of the picks and bans, by the way. This is weird. And they got Bastet Scylla again. That's weird.
Right.
And Cthulhu.
Many of the... Ooh.
There were some repeated bans. Odin banned away, Ares banned away, and the Thoth banned away instead of the Kuzumbo.
Right.
While on the other side, Sobek, Daji, and the Awelix. Kukulkan first picked, but Bastet Scylla in the next 2 slots. They're looking to end the set early, I think.
I think
For
they
our
want to
sake.
go to bed.
I think we all want to go to bed. You know, and I'm in agreement here. It's only 8 p.m. for me, but I'm down to go to bed as Rom gets hovered and likely locked in for the Backdoor Boys. I expect a crib disband.
Not the Hachiman this time.
Not the Hachiman. I expect a crib disband, though.
Maybe if they did their homework, they know this guy's a ROM as well, as we got spoiled by Loshak before the first game.
They do have access to all the screenshots, so, you know, that is important.
Mm-hmm. I don't have access to the screenshots.
They do.
Oh.
As we are still looking for this next wave of bans, I expect to see Charybdis. Charybdis not as big of a threat this game, but instead they go for the Ganesh ban. Are they banning supports here? Surely not. Surely you just banned the Charybdis, right? Just put them on something different. For my sake, please. Bologna does get banned away. An important part was Troglodyte's ability to absolutely demolish his lane on this Bologna. Kept getting ganked over and over again, but due to that Warrior's Axe, ladies and gentlemen, the Warrior's Axe, he just was too tanky to actually die.
And then the Achilles ban coming out from the red team, which is a little surprising because normally you want to pick the Achilles into the Cthulhu. And there's the Karen ban as well.
It's Achilles.
What are we feeling about these last few picks or bans? Sorry.
I like the Karen ban. I don't like the Achilles ban. I think the Achilles ban was weird, to say the least. Maybe they happen to know that the support for the Shine has a god tier Achilles like you in support, right? And maybe that was just it. But it is very interesting. No, please.
Kumbhakarna hovered.
No,
And
please. Kumbhakarna hovered, locked in, and I hate my life.
He got an extra 20 damage on his ultimate. So
he did.
Maybe that's the big change.
However, I would like to counter this, right? You did pick Kumba. But you could have picked Naja and accomplished the same thing. Thoughts?
I don't understand that one. But hey, we're off the Charybdis. No Charybdis band. We're on to Hachiman.
We're on to the Hachiman. This is weird. My man went from Charybdis and Rom to Hachiman. Man, now we get to see if the Walking Tumor is truly a ADC player, as it is Hachiman Terra. This is a dangerous dual lane from the Shine.
Let's see what the solo lane pick is going to be. Unless this is solo Kumbhakarna, in which case I have no idea what's happening.
If this is solo Kumbhakarna, I am going to be very upset. I'm legitimately going to be very upset, because that means they're trying to take this late, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would love to see the Kuzenbo, as it has been banned by the Shine all the games that they have been playing. So I'm interested to see
I didn't even notice that Kukulkan got picked for the first time.
Kukulkan was
got
picked.
3 picks and bans.
Yep, Kukulkan was picked. That being said, I think the Scylla has a phenomenal matchup into Kukulkan, as Chalk is the choice. A lane bully in his own right, but...
The Chiport, you know? And this is the Kumbo solo. We're trying to do a Deathwalker here.
No, Troglodyte. Oh. It's the solo.
Okay. Well, a man can dream, can't he?
You can dream.
And I will keep dreaming. This is never going to happen.
I think you just wanted to play the new skin, which, by the way, that skin is banned, so please switch off of it if you happen to be listening to us.
I hope he's not listening to us. That's
I hope
not allowed.
not. I hope not. It's not allowed, but I mean, hey, you know. Same with the Kukulkan skin. They are technically banned. That being said, I don't care. Yeah. Because it's a cell shading. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why that's big.
Because all the cell shaded skins have a slightly wonky look to them, their hitbox doesn't quite match up to their actual model.
Okay. Well, I think we saw Shredder Rav earlier, so I'm not
I don't think we actually care, but you know.
Yeah. It's kind of up to the players to decide if they want to re-host or not.
As we are waiting for this game to start, we should be able to see if they do end up F6ing here, and then we can just go into the next game. Let's talk about these draft stash. I quite frankly, with how the Backdoor Boys played the draft last game, I love their draft. I love the Shine's draft more. They just have better team fight, but more consistent ultimates, easier ultimates to actually use. It's a consistent hell.
Right.
That being said,
there's no hell.
No. Hell as in HE double L.
Oh, okay.
Like the bat out of hell, like that one.
I was trying to make some Smite humor happen, but you just shit on my parade, so... Oh, pardon my French.
Welcome to the Black Parade, Dash. We hate it here. Anyway.
My romance is chemical, my life is ruined.
As we are
feel free to use that one,
living in this game. Yeah, feel free to use that one, honestly. That's a good one. That is a really good one.
No low spectator delay all day. That's another thing we need to...
I mean, granted, the low spectator delay does mean more consistent stasis modes, so...
Right.
But, hey, you know. Something to think about. Something to work on.
What does stasis mode even mean? We're just waiting for Smite 2 now, right?
Yeah, we are just waiting for
That's the whole point.
Yeah, that is...
Like that one dude, that one ADC who just refused to use his beads. You know, he was just waiting for Smite 2.
Yeah, he's just waiting for Smite 2 when everyone has beads. You know, he's just trying to make sure that everyone can do it.
He just wants the playing field to be, equal.
Yeah, exactly. One, and we might actually be into this game.
Maybe. Hopefully. A man can dream, can't he? A man could dream of going to eat dinner and go to bed, you know?
Oh, we can certainly dream, and hopefully it won't be a dream much longer, as we are into game number 2.
So I know we got to see it for a couple frames there, but how do you feel about the diamond loading screen, the loading frame from last season?
It's all right. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, the numbers on it are the most crooked, cockeyed numbers I've ever seen out of any the mastery numbers. So before we get actually into the game, how are we feeling about team comps? Because I think I have the Shining winning this one, taking us to a game 3.
Just based solely on team comps, I have to agree with you. Based on play on field, we'll see. I need to see Walking Tumor on something that isn't Charybdis, which thankfully he is in Charybdis right now. Right? So we get to see that. We need to see how he actually plays the matchup, how he actually plays the lane. But other than that whole incident of terror, I'm much more respectful to Hayden Scylla now. And the fact that they got it again is crazy, brother. It is insane.
Right.
It is.
Hello to whoever just joined.
It's Misurai. Hey, how's it going, buddy? You want to join us on the cast?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you think about these two team comps?
I think for the most part, these team comps are looking pretty good. I loved the Xingqiang gameplay the last game there. I was watching a little bit when I could. I very much like the Cthulhu here. I think the Cthulhu is going to be really strong going against Scylla and Rama. It's probably like their answer that they're trying to get against it is have that Cthulhu be a meat bag for the Hunbats to get in close.
You know, but they did try something similar last game. The problem was never really the meat bag potential, right? It was the fact that Hunbats was either out of position or able to be caught out. Same with Fable, right? Or it just happened that Scylla was a monster and hit the ultimates. Right, that's sometimes all you need to do at Scylla, but man, he did it well.
The Scylla with the Xingqiang gameplay was crazy. Those two they definitely have some good synergy.
Most definitely, and I can't wait to see what exactly is going to go on with it now. As I expect similar things, we do see more mannequins, by the way, which I'm not the hugest fan of. I mean, hey, if it's working for him.
I don't necessarily think that Mankins is like terrible. It's definitely good for objective shred, especially with the upgrade on Scepter.
I mean, it's good. It's just you could do better.
You definitely can. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'd just build cred over building Mankins if I want to be an objective shred. So.
As we get a little bit of a good poke fest here. Speaking of the good poke fest, we also have Transcendent started on the chalk. I'm a little bit scared for this Bastet, but I mean, hey, it's all right. Scylla is actually making the rotation over.
What do you think about the chalk with building Transcendence? Like, his heal doesn't proc scale with power anymore.
Right.
It just means that you can get more mana online. As Fable ends up securing that totem.
Because you can end up needing a little bit of damage just to deal with Cthulhu in lane.
Okay.
Ooh, unfortunate on that chalk, too.
Oh, minions! But Fable does end up getting the kill onto,
the minions get the...
Yeah, the minions get the kill onto the Cthulhu. It is unlucky for the big squiddy boy. Speaking of unlucky, this might be unlucky on the Hunbats' part. As now he is just kind of lost and afraid. As he misses a sacred monkey toss. That is unfortunate, buddy. That's what fatigue will do to you.
Man, as a Hunbats main myself, I know how it feels to be missing that ability. It does not feel good.
Yeah, it's what we expect from dirty traders.
Both neutral camps did end up going to the jungler.
You're joking, buddy. I don't know yet.
Backdoor boys.
Both neutrals do go to the backdoor boys. The shield buff as well goes to the backdoor boys. And the first blood goes to the backdoor boys. So all around positives.
Ends up getting a little 500 gold lead in this stuff. Nice little start to the game from them.
was a nice little proper start to this game. A good first blood, a good destruction in solo lane. By the way, I have a feeling Troglodyte is Adam in disguise. He is playing Chalk.
After playing Bologna.
Oh man.
Pittsburgh Adam has 2 characters he could play. It's
Yep.
Chalk and Bologna.
And Kukulane. Hold on. Give him that one.
Wait. Is Kukulane? I have never seen that character win when him playing it, so.
Yes, it is still going. And we are almost done, hopefully. This is the final set. It is the final one.
They're playing almost the exact identical comp. Like the Backdoor Boys are playing almost the exact identical comp that they were playing against the Ghouls.
Interesting.
The only difference is that I banned Scylla in that set, so they couldn't play the Scylla.
What did they play instead, out of curiosity? Because Hayden's a monster on Scylla. I'm just wondering what he's a monster on otherwise.
If I remember correctly, the first game it was a... Oh man, I'm having a hard time remembering. It was a Thoth in the first game.
Speaking of something in the first game, I'm a monster does not end up connecting, unfortunately.
Actually, I think he just ran Thoth twice.
That's rough, buddy. You gave that guy Thoth twice?
Yeah, he wasn't like huge on it. The big issue that we had in that game was definitely the support. Their support was kind of causing major issues, as well as troglodytes.
Speaking of problems, it looks like Formosa is trying to cause some. As the Serpent of the Nine Winds is fired, clears the wave, and acts like the standard on her gamer.
As the Kumbhakarna does,
also misses.
Ooh, big Hunbat's ult coming, secure the kill on the wrong.
Is phenomenal.
Imagine this Kumba's not belong to this world either.
Oh, and he might be.
It is hard to kill that Kumba.
Nope, he does end up killing the Kuma, unfortunately. Kuma passive, best passive in the game, by the way. Psych.
2-minute cooldown now.
2-minute cooldown.
Man, alright, well, it's going to be interesting to see how both teams play around this Gold Fury. I'm kind of thinking that they're going to be playing for a little bit of an early Gold Fury. Try and pick an enemy mid laner and then go for the Fury is, at least that's what I'm seeing.
Speaking of going for something here, I'm a Monster is close, but not good enough. As Hayden's still trying to maintain that performance from Game 1, but unfortunately it does end up not connecting quite as consistently.
Oh. Man, I don't know. I'd have been doubting if he was a, diamond and lower if he was hitting that. That was a pretty wild attempt.
I mean, hey, you know what? You gotta get it sometime, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That is absolutely true.
As Kukulkan just fires the ult again. This guy knows what he wants, and he wants a big burst of damage on wave.
Now, how does this affect the late game? So you have a Kukulkan now instead of a Baba Yaga. So you can pretty much match the Scylla in...
More consistent team fights, more consistent objective polls, for sure. Speaking of consistency, hey, what's up, Kukulkan. What the hell? Cthulhu, how's it going?
Cool.
You have to go into that Descent into Madness, or Bastet will kill you. Speaking of Bastet killing you, it's not the Bastet you need to worry about, it's the Scylla. As Sentinel is used, the Bastet ult is good, and a good I'm a monster. Alley, oop, and bang. That is exactly what we're looking for here.
Man, that is like exactly what was happening to the last game with that Scylla.
Exactly what was happening with the last game, and exactly what we want to happen for the KC representatives here. We want them to get that dub. Which, by the way, Hachiman cringe, as Pronosis is trying to find something here with the Romba.
Oh no.
Why did you stop your back, buddy?
Like Loki stopped his back and is getting ulted by the Kumbats.
Good.
Does get up in the air. Is not him, but does end up dying on
matter. He is not him, but he did try, and that's what matters.
Man, if he hadn't missed that last charge on his ultimate, that would have been a kill.
As Momo tries to get the gank off, but unfortunately, nothing really to see there. It is unfortunate for the ROM here in this game. Also, why I hate ROM. Sometimes you just move.
Yeah, it's the best time. Maybe he should have stuck up in the air just a little bit longer, try and get this Bastet come over.
I think
It's time
so.
for
The
this Bastet
problem
to come
is
over.
the ROM was dead there on landing no matter what because of the Hachiman ult,
Right.
Yeah.
which made it super.
But if you are able to bait just a little bit longer, I think this Bastet gets a double kill.
Speaking of baiting, we got baited by Kumakarna.
Masterful baiting by this Kumbhakarna player.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of masterful, that's a horrid ultimate from Seepage there. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
did clean up exactly one melee minion, so...
Exactly one. He hit exactly one. Unlucky, honestly. Truly unlucky. Speaking of
is
unlucky,
it a whiff if you hit a minion? That's the real question.
Speaking of unlucky, ROM is looking weird here.
Oh. I think Rob try and take the on the pillars so that he can shoot them through them. Or not. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it.
Wait, for what?
Nope, scratch that. I was just thinking too much into it.
I think I'm thinking too much into it. Bastet does end up connecting with this Cthulhu, and Cthulhu will end up falling here, but the Fear No Evil is good, and Bastet might be able to leave if they're lucky. But luck is not on their side, but now Kukulkan is here. Kukulkan is ready. He is in his lane looking to murder. But no more available, as now it's the Hachiman that has to use the mounted archery to get away from the Scylla. But Scylla aware that the rotation was coming. No real need to do anything other than leave. Except for they don't leave. They instead step through the tornado. Hey, look! Someone almost as big as Cthulhu and Descent to Madness showed up on the map. It's the Fire Giant.
Oh, let's go. My favorite thing in the world. My support dragging my blue buff into lane.
Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. He's gonna be one tanky boy later on. As I'm assuming he's doing the Prof Cloak Thief start.
Yes, he most likely is. 4 stacks in on the Prof Cloak, by the way, 10 minutes into the game. We know how much you love the item dash.
Oh, it's so good.
And now it's...
What?
Oh,
I
brother.
love this gun.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Speaking of stinking, I think the ROM ended up stinking it up a little bit there. As now we are all in their business. Bastet ult was used and hit onto the Terra. But now it's Kumba being weird. Bastet also being very weird here. A good Fear No Evil means that Bastet likely to die here. But death, yes.
Just
Multiple
running away
deaths,
from the
no.
team to make sure.
Troglodyte
Oh, I
ends up
think-
coming in. 1, 2, and 3. No ROM snipes really connecting. As the Sikkim was bad, ends up hitting a creep. As now Troglodyte is in and uses the chocolate, tries to do everything he can to be massive. The I'm a Monster also massive. A good mez means that Chalk is likely to get out. As now the Sikkim was good. Pumbaa still looking for something there.
Going to pass. Should have Snore up in a second. Doesn't get to use
Unlucky.
it. Unfortunate.
No Snore available.
Unlucky. The sacrifices you make so your teammates can live.
True, true. It totally wasn't just him playing like really aggressively for no reason.
Yeah,
Right.
he was definitely trying to hold that Hunbats for the kill. That's what he was going for.
Nah,
I have
definitely
to
not.
see those. Oh, right. The cooldown timers are bugged, so you can't see cooldown
Oh.
abilities.
Nah, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yes.
Dude, buffed in that sense sometime recently. I can't.
Speaking of something getting buffed here, Kumba Ultimate and a good Fear No Evil means that they could have done something there, but instead it's going to be a Basset Ult Miss, a good Sikkim Crush, and a Beacon to the Backdoor Boys. As now the Shine is 2k ahead, but the Backdoor Boys playing like they're 0 gold ahead.
Also, Charles just now getting just the slightest bit of magical defense.
Yes, that slight bit of magical defense will end up helping him, especially into this Cthulhu. Cthulhu is getting a bit mollywopped here.
Prof We'll see him again in 20 minutes.
Yep. See you then, buddy. See you then. By the way, Cthulhu has almost as many stacks as the Kumbhakarn.
That's a little depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
That is very depressing.
It's almost like it's a bad item on Carlos.
Man, that's
Hey,
crazy.
if you can stop building mystical.
As Rom was pretending to take the teleporter, but no teleport actually used. As now it comes back to the good old song and dance, the good old farm game. I need to talk to you boys about something, though. I feel like these comps transition to the late game, the real late game.
It's definitely gonna be. I think it's gonna be more so in the favor of the Shine, simply because of that Hoonbats and the Kukulkan. Both of them are like gods. I feel like the one that they're gonna be relying to carry them over on backdoor is gonna be the Scylla mainly, and just she doesn't have as much setup as she had in the past game. I mean, she's got a Kumbhakarna ultimate. It's pretty decent for setting up for her, but for what I've been seeing, the Kumbhakarna hasn't been ulting with her a whole lot. It's more so been just using it as peeling. So it'll matter on like which team plays around their win condition better. Whether a Scylla or a Hoonbats ends up winning the game for their team.
I'm very interested to see how it has been going out for this late game.
Sentinel ends up getting the Scylla out of danger, as now Hachiman makes the rotation in. Rom is also here. They're being a bit weird about it. Rom also picked up the supports buff. That's rough, buddy. As now the rest of the team, the Shine, looking for the gold.
Gold Fury heat check right here.
This might be a Gold Fury pull here.
It's risky with the Scylla ult up.
The Shine barely ended up getting it. The Rom snipe was very close. As now the Hachiman ends up getting credit for the kill onto the Kumbhakarn. As now he is into madness. He is certainly going in for the madness. But the madness is not good enough. 3k up now is the Shine due to that Gold Fury pull. The heat check was good.
Props to Hayden for not aegising after stepping into their belt because they didn't have Aegis up. I'm tired.
Yeah, props for not aegising, by the way. Oh yeah, by the way, you didn't have it up, brother. That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
They were under a quarter, stepped into the tornado, and then they're gonna die. And I was like, oh wow, hey, you lived. Good job not aegising. Oh wait.
Speaking of not aegising ever, Kukulkan has a tier 2 breastplate. Neat.
I don't know how that relates to Aegis's, but I
He's
do
not
see
going
that,
to.
yeah.
He doesn't need it. He's got defense.
He won't need to. He'll never die.
I know what I said, and I said what I said. That easy.
Can you tell we've been doing this? Can you pull up the gold for a minute, or?
No.
Okay, cool.
Alright, hold on, I need to find it. No. There it is.
That's golden hand. Hey, there it is. Oh wait,
Yeah. It's number 1, by the way.
I have 3 screens up right now. Okay.
I'm interested to see like what are the current damage outputs right now.
Current damage outputs or just damage overall?
Solo leaders. Yep.
Like current player damage outputs.
The solo laners.
Makes sense. Yep.
Hachi has put out a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, about 7,000 in the 17 minutes, and that's a lot of poke onto this ROM like he has currently been doing. Speaking of poke onto the ROM, there is no poke as Jock is running in. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Shine do end up securing the Pyromancer, while the Chalk
And just
kinda
more and more gold
waited and
leads. Now about, what is that? Almost 5,000 gold in the lead is the Shine.
8 stacks on profit, by the way.
Yeah, 8 stacks compared to 15 on the Cthulhu.
Man, I just want to point out the fact that this Terra has like not missed her 2 at all.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. It's almost like they are a pseudo Yamoja player.
Oh my gosh. I never thought of it that way.
Hey, what?
I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah, it's just
Emoji player.
yeah, it's just it's Yamoja, but slightly better right now.
Oh, Hunbat's not realizing he can't hit through a wall.
Yeah,
Right.
just now realizing it. Honestly, it's taken him this long, and I can respect it.
Bats did get Magi's Cloak, third item.
He
wonder if
is
this will be a
very
bobble
scared.
rusher.
I don't think so. They haven't been going bobble quite yet. For
You know, I
whatever
came into
reason.
today, everyone's hyping up Bobble, and I've only seen it built like 2 or 3 times.
Hey, but the 3 times it was built, they were doing good.
I think
Except
one
for
of
the
them was that
Loki.
Rav game from Xenos, so no.
I mean, you're right, but still, you know, we don't count the free agent teams. All right, listen.
we got a stare off at the Oni Fury going on right now. A little bit of poke got done to the Kukulkan. I thought Kumbhakarna was about to walk into the Cuckoo Tornado right there.
He was very close. As now Chalk is here. Hey, what's up, guys? I am Big Beefy Boy, and I am
Chalk
going
came in.
to get murroided. As
little
Terra does
damage.
get
Punch
the
the Kukulkan.
good. Oh my
Huge
god, it's a
Kukul.
huge
Oh, that's
Kukulkanal. A
massive.
bad ultimate from the Scylla. Unfortunately, misjudges the distance. As now the horse is on the way. 1,
You're
2.
Lulu will eventually end up killing the Scylla. On
Well,
the back
hold
end
on,
of the
where
fight,
is-
Rom
oh,
goes
nope,
down to
there's the Rom.
Kukulkan. Hunbats is going to end up chasing down the Chalk. It is going to be a 4 for none, and the Shine get a gold Fury. It's looking pretty dire for the back row for this guy.
Yeah, it is pretty dire for the backdoor boys. About 8,000 gold in the lead, almost 9,000 gold now. And the XP deficit is off the charts. Yes, it turns out if you do play ADC, you can play Hachiman. That is a good call. He has the bare minimum requirement stash.
Yep.
He does have the bare minimum.
To be fair, this guy has been playing Charybdis the last 3 of the 4 games I've seen him play, so...
Yeah, I definitely think this Hachiman might be getting banned out in future games because this Hachiman, the backdoor boys have no clue how to play into it.
Right.
Or even if they
I wonder
do,
if they were
it's,
expecting the Charybdis to get picked, but...
I mean, they obviously were, right? Because they left it up for him. I'm just a bit surprised they banned what they did. I would have much preferred to see, again, at least ban out the Charybdis or the Hachiman, right? Don't give them the option.
Right. But then to pick the ROM over the Hachiman is just baffling to me.
It is crazy.
Yeah, because at least Charybdis can't be auto-attacking while she's 3ing. Hachiman is just a fast dash and then he's immediately hitting you again. It's difference in, consistency on the damage. That Hachiman is just doing way too much. I mean, he's got the one for the poke damage has been doing insane amount.
The more consistent damage, I think, is definitely that one, that Eagle's Eye from Hachiman. It is a brutal to deal with when you don't have a way to work through that range. Honestly, Shablanke also would have been a good pick. As now we have the play of Pull the Fire Giant, please, and thank you. Terra does get knocked up, however, which means they can't use Monolith correctly. That's sad, buddy. As now it is a 4v3. Fable is trying to keep out the Scylla. A good Kulkin ultimate is almost bad. Very close to not being secured, and Choco's very close to stealing it. But now it just comes to, hey, what can we do? Hunbots is backing for this Phoenix.
Oh, Rama in the
And
left
I
lane.
am trying to see exactly what's going on here. Fear No Evil is likely in this ROM's future. Just kidding. As instead, bombs are being used and the right bird is being looked at. Hunbot's still trying to keep Rom away. Good ability usage on Kumba means that... Oh, it's so very close. I'm a Monster was good. Does end up connecting. But... Oh my god, Bessa was gonna die. Very close to death. One tick off. Good usage of not using Aegis, by the way, on the Bastet. Good on them for knowing.
A tag over in the left jungle.
As they do. He's not running for his life. He's running for his Phoenix. You know, he's running for his team.
I wonder if maybe they were banking on Cade not just being able to run back the Scylla perfectly again for the second game.
It seems like they probably were. That is exactly what they were trying to do, honestly. And we respect it. Scylla is one of those characters that, while they are relatively easy, they also have a high skill ceiling, right? So, can't have those ults all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Scylla is definitely the win condition for this Backdoor Boys team. I mean, no matter how far behind they are, as long as they're able to hit 20 and have full builds, it doesn't end up mattering in the end, because that Scylla is going to scale harder than any god can in the game, due to her passive. Right. I mean, it just helps her out so much.
Oh, I just, Prof Cloak update, we're at 10 stacks in the Kumbhakarna, 20 stacks in the
24 minutes in.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Speaking of which, by the way, it looks like Promosis, if I can find him, yep, is getting gone on by the Backdoor Boys. And the Primal Fury is dropped because of it. They are scared for their boy. They're scared for their Promosis.
Oh,
Bastet is looking for the Hunbots. A good beads from Hunbots means that Bastet won't pull them back, but a good Fear No Evil forces Bastet off anyway. That is a massive Serpent of the Nine Winds and Descent into Madness. Madness. I was crazy once. As the Crush I'm a Monster was close, but not good enough, as Hayden barely almost manages to escape but ends up dying.
And I think we're gonna go to
we go to a game 3 here. I agree. I don't think Rom gets a chance.
Don't end up trolling it. No.
Yeah, hopefully Backdoor Boys don't end up trolling us in game 3. I expect a bit more respect to be put on the name of Hachiman.
I expect Kumbhakarna to just never see the light of day until
that too
gets a full rework.
That too. Quite frankly,
this might too.
Kumbhakarna.
Kumbhakarna, when you have Obo on your team, is definitely. I think that's a little bit off. Just, at least in my eyes, I think that's a bit off because that Obo keeps proccing them out of your sleep, and you don't have the survivability as a support that you need playing into a Hachiman.
There's more problems with that, right? There is a Mannequin Mace. There is an Odysseus bow. There is a Bluestone. You don't say Mez. you don't say, and there's a Bastet in the game, right? They don't say Mez for long. Again, right? Why would you pick Kumba when you could pick Naja or Jingqin again? Jingqin was up.
Tian, I think their whole comp was up, right?
Pretty much.
They just spanned the Bologna, right? Yeah.
Pretty much. Their comp was up. They could have picked that. They could have picked the Hachiman instead of the Rom. They could have picked Jingqin instead of the Rom. Right?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, Jingqin instead of the Kumba. I don't think Kumba was the play. I just think that dual lane ended up getting so bullied out by the Terra Hachiman that they couldn't do anything the whole game.
Yeah, it should definitely be focused firing this duo lane a lot more. Should definitely be paying much more attention to the duo lane from the backdoor boys.
Hmm.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's what I expect at least.
But as we get towards game number 2, I will be right back. I'll leave you two for the death segment.
Okay,
You guys have a fun time.
leaving me with a lot of weight on my shoulders here.
All right. So I mean,
Oh no! I just saw the details screen. 2,667 damage out of the Kumbhakarna. Only 18,000 damage mitigated.
what's even
Oh
more
man.
wild is the Hunbat's damage.
Right, 8,992. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty quick game. I'm not sure
Mhm.
exactly how long that was, but I don't even think it was like 30 minutes. That was in the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, that was like 23, 24 minutes. It's not a long game.
Definitely was not. I don't think the Rama pick is what they want to be picking as well. The Rama pick seemed like it was just a little bit off, trying to play against the jungler in any way, shape, or
Mhm.
form. I mean, right off the bat, he almost had a kill with that, with his ultimate there. However, ended up missing the last hit of the snipes. So I think,
Right,
rather than ego picking this Rama, they're probably going to pick something a little bit more, how do I say it? Less circumstantial type thing.
right.
Um, no matter what, you'll be able to play it. Because Rama does not play well from behind at all.
No.
Especially playing him into a Hachiman. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Rama win that matchup. Uh, that's it. Just kind of seems like it's a little bit much of wishful thinking to have a Rama beat a Hachiman in lane.
Yeah.
So it's just a bad matchup in general for the Rama.
I just want to be in those comms on what we've decided to pick for support during that game because Kuzubo's up. I imagine Bake's is Bake still combat or when
No, he is
nobody
not.
was picking him?
The only comp ban right now is Newt.
Ah, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Bake Kujira game coming through because I think that guy is still stupid.
He definitely is still strong. However, the issue with him right now is just that mid laners do a little bit too much damage for him to be
Hmm.
dealing with. And ADCs, I mean, it's either mankins or it's crit, And no matter
Right,
what, if they build one of those two, they're going to be shredding him. So, and I mean, Bake Kudra, he's essentially just a punching bag that punches back. That's all he really
right.
is. So
Okay,
it's a little bit too much burn for him right now in the meta.
right.
You're especially wanting like gods that are going to be setting up a lot better, such
Hmm.
as Terra, uh, not Kumbhakarna this time around. um,
Yeah.
the Xingtian, I mean, you see what they can do when they have the setup supports for their backliners. They're able to do a
Hmm.
lot more in these team fights. One ability can completely change the team fight from these backliners because of how strong damage dealers are. So,
Right.
I don't know. I just don't really see Bake Kudra as being hard meta right now, at
I
least
get
with
it.
comp.
Right.
I could definitely see him in a ranked game though, where there's not as many comms.
Mm, that makes sense. Oh, and we are into picks and bans.
All right, time to see what they draft here. I definitely think we're going to be seeing a Cthulhu ban.
Zulu ban.
That's interesting. Maybe they're looking at picking up that Scylla again and just trying to get rid of the Cthulhu that was kind of being an iron wall stopping her.
Right, I'm very and the Kukulkan ban, obviously. That was towards the late game it ended up being a big problem.
It was definitely an
Same bans,
issue.
same bans from the Shine, Odin, Ares, and the Dodgy ban coming through.
I don't know if I like the Dodgy ban. banning that top 3 seems a little bit off to me. I mean, I guess if you're going for a Thoth pick, which just got banned. So, rightfully so. If you don't have access to a Dodgy, you ban out the Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely...
You know, I don't mind whatever they pick your top as long as it's not. I don't know. You know, Athena, really like Athena. It's not Kumbhakarna, so I'm so much better with this.
They had a Hachiman choice, though.
Right. They did have the Hachiman choice, but I also Athena has not been getting prime in these games. She did get top banned both games though. So Sobek Hachiman, top 2 for the Shine. Bologna. Yeah, maybe it was a mistake not grabbing this Hachiman top pick.
Yeah, especially when you got a Sobek pairing up with him. I love this Sobek pick. I was actually playing this just earlier today. The fact that you're able to pluck somebody and then immediately ult to get out of any CCs that, you know, they might throw at you to try and punish you for plucking, it just makes him so strong. Because you can immediately pluck somebody and then not only are you, you know, CC immune for a little bit and do a bunch of damage at the end of the ult, it also slows all the enemies around you to set up for your teammates as well. And especially when you got it matched up with a Hachiman and a Hoon Bats here, like, it's definitely going to be a very strong pick.
Okay, and then Hayden does end up getting the Scylla, and they are running back the Bologna of Troglodyte again.
I mean, he played well on it in the first game, so why not run it again? Right. I mean, being able to go, I don't even think he died in the first game on the Bologna.
Correct. He was 2-0-10, I believe. Or they were. I'm tired. So Thor getting banned out here. Do you think they're gonna focus jungle bans?
Yeah, probably gonna look at 2 like global ultimate jungle bans is what I'm guessing. When you're running a Hachiman, that's normally what you want to be banning out is a Thor and a Thanatos.
Taking a little bit of time on this fourth ban for them. They are Agni getting banned out. So we won't need to see that again.
I think that's a pretty good ban. Yeah, there's a Thanatos ban. Yeah, banning out the global ultimates that counter Hachiman are definitely it's definitely a go-to because it's there's one thing Hachiman hates, it's when he gets on his horse and then somebody immediately pops up in front of him. So
Game 3 in the finals, life on the line, tournament life on the line. What are you picking? What's your go-to? Hera ban, by the way, is round out the bans.
I don't know how I feel about that Hera ban. I mean, it definitely works good with the Sobek and Hachiman, but I feel like it's very easy to dive with a Bologna.
Right.
So I'm not exactly certain on that one. Plus, you have Athena with the taunt. Anybody who doesn't have movement abilities is just easy pickings for a Athena.
How do you feel about Marticarus? For Walking Tumor. Not Walking Tumor, but Sea Page this game.
I don't think it's a bad pick at all, honestly. With the Hachiman and the Hoon Bats being able to essentially, you know, make sure that he's not getting absolutely pinned down with the amount of damage output and CC that they're going to be providing, it's definitely going to help him a lot. I could definitely see him already here. I mean, you've got a really good ultimate for evading Scylla ultimate and dealing with Bologna. That route is definitely going to be annoying to that Bologna. And you're getting decent shred for any, you know, Athena that's going to be coming at your backliners.
Ooh,
and on her.
And looking at on her. I don't know how I feel about on her.
I don't think I like the on her pick, honestly. I get like why they picked it. They picked it because they needed somebody with CC immunity, and they wanted to have an aggro pick against the Hachiman to try and, like, you know, combat him at least a little bit so that he can, you know, sort of 1v1. However, I don't think on her's clear speed is enough to be able to fight against a Hachiman. I think this is going to end up being a double-edged sword against them, and it's unfortunately going to, fall back upon them a little bit here. Playing on her into a Hachimon as well as, an anti-dive composition is going to be rough.
Right.
Having a Scylla on the team with an on her is also strange because it's, Scylla is pretty much the definition of just shitting on the jungler as soon as she gets jumped on. On her does the exact same thing, so it's going to be a little bit problematic if, there's an impale to knock somebody out of a Scylla crush.
Yeah,
I would be
I've seen that. Oh, now this is the spiciest pick I've seen. I imagine this would be a Karen mid, and it is locked in. Triple Guardian, one Hunter, and a Hunbats Lady. Oh wait, is this? What is going on here? I gotta see what's going on. Okay.
there
I
we
thought
go.
there was gonna be some weird trade. We're gonna see something crazy like Karen Jungle.
It wouldn't be the first time Promosis has done something weird. I mean, just a few days ago, he was playing Giannis in the jungle, so
Right. I really do need to see this on her Athena win lane in like spectacular fashion. We're talking double kill by 2 minutes.
I think the way that Backdoor Boys managed to get online here is just getting that on her a nice lead against the Hachimon. If the on her can get a lead and get lane pressure, they might have a chance. Of even having a little bit of pressure over in that duo lane.
Right.
Because what happened last game, they lost all pressure in that duo lane, and then they just kind of got swept from that duo lane. So, hoping that they can at least try to patch that up or attend to it a little bit. Giving them the Hachimon again, I don't know if that was the right choice, but we'll see how they handle it.
And I pray that this Rav is just a bit tankier than I've seen the whole tournament so far. Building in like a Stone of Binding or a Breastplate of Valor. Probably not a Breastplate of Valor. Maybe a Genji's Guard against Triple Magical.
I think one of my favorite things to do as a Ravana is get a rune forged with like probably a breastplate of valor to get the gold version of it. Like the I can't remember the exact name of the item. Yes, determination. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, building a rune forge with a breastplate of determination because that rune forge basically gives you. I mean, you might as well consider it a 70 power item with the amount of increased damage output because you're always
Right.
CCing people at him. It's constant slows. Um, it's just a personal favorite of mine, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I think Robin is a very particular kind of jungle style where you really do want to be putting out the being able to tank a lot more because his base numbers are just so good that you don't really need all the damage.
Yeah,
But
he's got really good durability, and the fact that he only has what is it? I think a 5.6 second cooldown on his one, like it's pretty
yeah,
low. It allows for him to be able to consistently poke people while sustaining, and his passive definitely helps with that too. So he's just very durable, and he'll hit hard regardless. Plus, if he's hitting that ultimate, the ultimate's passive, buffs that it applies to Ravana, I mean, it's crazy the amount of damage you can be outputting, even when you're a tank.
right.
All right, so what did I miss? Why did we pick on her when Heim was up? That is rough, buddy.
Even Shibalanke, I wouldn't have minded, but yeah, as I was saying, I think this on her Athena need to win lane hard in order to justify these picks.
Oh, agreed. 100% agreed. As we get into game number 3, the final game of this tournament, by the way.
Okay,
Absolute
where I
final.
have to ask,
What's going on?
tournament life on the line, final game in the set. Who are you picking?
What role am
ADC,
I? Heim.
Heimdall.
Right now, Heim. 100%. Without fail. If it was If it was, I'd say a few patches ago, that would probably change to Hachiman. But with how it is right now, Heimdall. That
Going back
character
to
is
the
busted.
Mankins builds,
What's going on?
consistently going back to the Mankins builds. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
would
man.
love to see on her not be a mannequins gamer. He likes power. So when me and Tansy were having our little debate, the point that I didn't bring up that I should have is the fact that mannequins has 0 power. Right?
In
You
fact, it
want
does.
power on her. You want power on Shavlanke. Right? These are characters that you need power on. Rom, you don't. Heimdall, you don't. Right? That's why they can get away with it.
Hmm.
I mean, technically, by the way, we're in stasis mode again.
I love it.
We're
God,
paused.
stasis mode.
I
I think
was
this is
wondering.
pause.
I am interested to see. I'm just checking really quickly on what the base stats are. So what do you prefer between Cloak or Death Toll if you're playing this on her then?
Destel.
Okay.
The reason is because I know Hachiman is going mannequin because he's literally done it every single game. The biggest thing about the Death Toll over the Cowl is Cowl is really useful in the late game, right? The latest stage of the game, Leader's Cowl is by far the best hunter upgrade in the game. Right? But
I did.
the Death's Toll is a much better bridge item, right? It allows you to actually play through your early game more effectively. It allows you to sustain in lane. And in the late game, it becomes a huge boon to you for true damage, right? Lots of attack speed, lots of auto attack damage. And still lots of power.
Mm-hmm.
Now
So
that,
then you're building Death Toll. Which do you think you prefer between Temper or Embrace? Like,
if you build Embrace on literally anybody that is not a soul laner, you are trolling.
okay. I just wanted to ask that because I know a few people who live in they basically live
The
in Brew.
Shavlanke that built it earlier, he was trolling. You build Timber. Just build Timber. It's not that hard. Right? It recently got its buff. It's now 5 stacks maximum. And it gives the same benefit. It's good. Right? Timber has always been good. Right? It's been good in the sense of like it was okay to build pretty much whenever. But the other items have always been better. Now that they have kind of equated, Death Temper is still a good item. And again, right, mannequin, right? It'll still do a lot of damage in the late game. It'll shred through objectives and blah, 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 blah. You don't really care about that. You have a Scylla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You instead want to be the bridge pick that gets your Scylla to late game as on her, right? You want to be the guy with the lead. You want to be the guy that's actually fighting. It's why I hate doing the things that I see these two ADCs do, which is you are building the build that is the build, right? You are building the build. There is no thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Or if there is
so-
one, it's flawed.
Just going over to the supports builds. Do you like the flag or do you like the sentinels more on these picks?
Flag is 100% the better pick here.
100%.
It is just so much more utility than any of the other ones will give you, and it buffs your ADC up, so your ADC is getting more attack speed and movement speed. Just so much more value out of that than you can get out of any of the sentinels, or for the most part the benevolence trees.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I tend to agree with you on that one. I'm definitely not against like going benevolence if I'm going like heroism for whoever the bats is diving on, but going as sentinels, I mean, I get, you know, extra protections and stuff like that. But you're playing for this early game. You're trying to at least get online a little bit early game against this enemy comp. because last game, it was the late or the early game that really messed with the backdoor boys. So going with this Sentinel's Gift, which only really starts procking hard late game, it's going to be a bit rough.
You know what I really don't understand though is starting with this health chalice in support.
Very weird.
Because you're losing out on 3 pots for that.
Oh, side note, the KC ADC has built monopots consistently pretty much every time he was not Hachiman. And I hate it. And Promos is really going for it,
Ooh-wee.
As
big gank over there.
Chocolate, it does
and
get
it's returned on the other side of the map.
Well, it's a trade in both lanes, and I don't know. It might work out a little bit more in the favor of the KC backdoor boys, just because now Leonher gets the hit level 4 before the enemy ADC. He'll be a little bit ahead of enemy ADC.
A little bit, but not
Importantly,
enough
though,
to
he
really
does
be valuable.
keep his beads.
Honor keeping his beads is huge for this Honor. You know what else is huge?
What?
The blue Tiki first.
A sentry ward at 2 minutes. This guy is wild.
Well, the problem is they've had sentries in Duo Jungle the entire time. For the the Shrine. They've had sentry wards on duo lanes entire area. Without fail.
They realize that this duo lane is doing a lot of work for them, so they're trying their best to, get their early game going.
Right.
I
guess the other thing that Mannequins affords you is a little bit of sustain off the jungle camps when you go to clear.
You know what else has a lot of sustain off the jungle camps?
DT.
Damn right.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what else does that thing you just said, but better? Yeah, that one. Yeah. The old Kaival passive is cool, right? You reduce attack speed, that's sick, that's whatever. Not nearly as useful. I miss a Kaival too.
A Kaival or Long Shen was the most toxic thing ever back in Season 5.
Honestly, I think more importantly, a Kaival Aussie metas were great. It allowed you to just get your power spikes off so much earlier, and that was more fun.
I'm talking
about 1700, by the way, for those.
I think I failed to talk about this Karen mid pick very much, but man, is it's just do everything you want.
It does damage.
Outside of
it has
the
CC.
big bursty damage.
It definitely does, but he needs to be able to get his third item online, and he needs to not die before then, giving Scylla a little bit of, a lead, because the last thing they want is that Scylla getting huge. That Scylla gets huge, she's going to be hurting really, really bad.
Right. And then just having the big ultimate there with CC immunity and movement speed on it is so nice. So Vic does end up getting the Thebes online before the Prof Cloak of the Athena. So, a little bit of a gold lead breaking out here for the Shine. Not too much, only like 300 or 400 depending on the wave. But
That is that's a little bit of back and forth in the red side, just due to that first blood bounty. However, might get a little bit bigger now because they both somehow do not get that, and the Fear No Evil is good, forces the Athena away, and the Athena will likely be getting murdered. The Athena does get murdered. Karen ult was on the way, by the way. Xing Chen gets a kill, and might get 2. Barely doesn't.
He does only get 1. Bologna is living with, oh man, this has to be about 1 HP. 27 HP.
26 more than they need.
So, definitely not as worth the backdoor boys there. And now all their camps on Duoset are going to get invaded.
All of them.
Not much they could do to stop that.
No, the only thing they could do to stop that is not die. It's unlucky. On the bright side for Onher, he does back with a full Devos before Hachiman does.
I think that only lasts until Hachiman decides to back down.
Yes, but he is now
Right.
ahead in stacks, right? That's the more important thing.
That is true. However, because of Hachiman's one, the way it works, as well as being able to drop that banner, I feel like he's going to accumulate damage quite a bit faster for those
It
stacks.
depends. It depends on how consistent on her would be with trying to get that good aggression, and how consistently Hachiman is able to get used to those one autos, right? Because yeah, he did it a whole bunch last game. Don't mean he's gonna do it a whole bunch this game. Hopefully. Again, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping he doesn't do it a lot this game. All right, I don't want to see that shit again.
No, of course not. Especially when we got to hope for the KC team here to pull
Now
through for
that
us.
being said, on her is about a full level down, if not a level and a half down.
Oh,
The good Impale just keeps the good old crocodile at bay. Using that too there is dangerous.
And that last gank over in solo lane, 100% preventable because they did see the Hunbats crossing over the ward. So. I would like to see a little bit more heads-up proactive play here from the KC backdoor boys.
Now about
As
1,000
ends up
gold
walking
down.
into Sobek and Hunbats.
How about they are
A
able to
little
get
bit
out?
of poke. Right.
Biggest thing is Bologna was able to almost destroy her lane opponent, which is nice.
yeah, definitely nice. I mean, Xingtian early game's not going to be doing like a whole bunch to a Bologna. I mean, Bologna's just kind of notorious for being
I
a lane
would
bully.
love to see them not walk into a 3v2 here. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's going to happen. Beads and I'm a monster used, but none of them could save you. They're Scylla. So you had dashed in the incorrect way, as now they're going towards this Gold Fury instead of the buffs. Good for on her, I suppose. Gets his farm back. But
Right.
still about a full level and a half down, and no one can stop this Gold Fury pull. Is lurking in the
It is
water.
only
so
an
it's
8-minute gold fury, not 840.
It
gold
is
fury,
only
so
an
it's not-
8-minute Gold Fury, but it is still about 2,000 gold in the lead.
Ooh, or 10 minutes even. This is
This
a little
is
rough here for the backdoor.
rough, but there are some XP leads and some things to look at, right? Jungle about a level and a half up, same in solo. That is very nice.
Jungler over here, Mad Team Momo, gonna end up being able to snag that one roaming harpy and get that green timer.
And the
As
purple.
well as
Yep.
probably the purple timer here.
Definitely trying to do too much with that limited amount of mana, though.
Maybe not.
Oh,
As,
never mind.
They do end up getting the kill.
Easy pull there. And they're losing I think they lost both the smalls on that purple buff to the tower.
They did,
That's
yes.
no XP going that way.
They do still get the XP from Sobek. Sobek gets the XP. But
Right. So no XP.
only Sobek.
Sports don't matter.
That's true. You are correct.
3 proc stacks, 10 minutes.
Speaking of which, they are still invading this chest camp. Don't want to let anything come back. Now, only about 1.4 thousand, or 1.4k golden lead, right? 1.4 thousand, same thing. As now we await and see exactly what the backdoor boys have in store for us. I'm expecting more Robin rotations. I'm expecting more damage. And I'm expecting more consistent play in this jungle, especially on this Hachiman. I need Hachiman to suffer.
I think we all wish for Hachiman to suffer.
I love Hachiman, by the way.
guess-
I love playing Hachiman. However, I need this specific Hachiman to suffer. They forced me through multiple Charybdis games when they had a Hachiman.
Ugh.
I wonder if maybe they want to send this Bologna to mid lane to contest the beacon here in a minute or so.
I would love to see that, and I would love to see on her try to leap in on this Hachiman when he knows it's safe. Like right now. However, the Impale was
Athena
bad,
coming
and the
out.
Athena was also bad. The Pillar was worse somehow, by the way. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yikes.
The dual lane
Yep.
here needs to get their head in the game.
It most definitely does. This Insta-Lock Loki. Honestly, at this point, I would have preferred to see the Loki ADC, brother. If this is what you're showing me.
Oh,
As
and
they
we're
do
going
go
into
into a pause or stasis mode. One or the other. As I think they just heard me talking shit, and they're trying to figure out which one of me it is. You know.
Fertitta.
They're trying to figure out exactly who's talking shit. No. But I love On Her as a whole. He just kind of meshes with the playstyle that I tend to identify with. I do not like On Her with this comp, not for the same reasons y'all gave, mostly because Heim was up. And Heim does what On Her does, but arguably better right now. The one thing he doesn't do, actually, is he does not have a good, consistent, team-wide CC. Like the Pillar, right? On Her Pillar does that much better. However, he bullies out his lane better, he uses mannequins better, he uses the build currently active better, right? And above all else, he just is better off right now. I would have much preferred to see that. However, now we just have nice little figurines, by the way. How do we like this? Also, I just realized, so the gods are like 15 feet tall, right? Because the minions are normal people sized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck built this? Who in their right mind built this tower?
The people. They build them for their gods, right? Isn't that the whole thing?
My brother in Christ. How long did that take? Too long, that's how. Shit.
Just to watch it get destroyed, you know?
Just to watch it get destroyed by the other gods that they don't worship, by the way. It's like, oh man, it's these guys again. Ugh.
Oh. I got a
Man,
point.
I think
Because
the
we're
most
back and
wild-
actually here.
I think the most wild thing to think of about that is just the fact that, you know, they're worshipping gods from different pantheons all at the same time.
That
Heck
is
yeah,
true.
man.
That is true.
We're all about that non-monotheistic life.
That's called polytheism.
Same but different, okay? Goodness. Athena, please, hit the
Athena,
Sobek.
Hit the Sobek for
It's
your
like-
prophet's cloak. Yay!
Hey, let's go. 4 stacks of 12 minutes.
Honor missed
Such a
his
good
impact.
item.
Honor missed a fucking impel on a standing still target.
Hey,
God.
you know what?
Damn it! Fuck!
How many times am I playing with you and all you say is, gotta hit one, just hit one, just hit one, damn it, I'm dead.
Oh, no, hold on. What I say is, Hort hit one. Hort hit fucking one. Hort hit one. So help me God, Hort hit fucking one. Thank you. Fuck. It's not that hard.
It's a Gold Fury this time around.
Carrital just to secure the oracles, by the way.
That is wild. You know what else is wild? Promosis here. As I'm a Monster is good, and Scylla does define that she is a monster. It doesn't actually hit the Charon, but that's okay. As now we're looking towards the Skull of Fury. Troglodyte is nearby. Lurking in the water is the only secure available to the shrine. And the shrine does end up stealing it away.
Did he get it again?
Lurking in the waters,
Did he do
yes.
this before?
No.
Oh my goodness gracious.
No, he did not do it before, but he did do it this time. He is lurking in the waters.
Oh no. Yeah, that about sums up this game.
Oh no. That does. Again, if I'm this on her, by the way, I just want to push this Hachiman in. I want to leap on him. I want to make him uncomfortable. Right? It's just the fact that he's not doing it makes me sad. Or like right now, I would leap on him. That's what you want to do as Honor. You leap in on him right now.
Ooh.
Get secure.
And you pray
good
that
play
the
there.
fucking Beck is not nearby. Don't leap that wall.
Right.
Do not leap that wall. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not press go. Do not collect $200.
It's fine. Your Athena's around. What's the worst that can happen?
Sobek.
Sobek blocked into Hachi dash and a Hachi ult. Like, shut up.
Okay, just Sobek like turns the corner after hearing the on her leap, and he's like, "Hello." As we
Going in
ulted
and
over to
soloing.
Solo.
Just wanted to clear that wave.
Now you know what? I respect it.
So,
Speaking of respecting it, Scylla's respecting the fact that she ain't it anymore, so she's making sure that she doesn't die. Speaking of not dying, hello. Honor's walking over towards the Spiromancer. His tower is currently dead. He only has a T2 left. We do miss Taunt, however, we do start the Pyromancer. Scylla is still up. Scylla does have ultimate available.
this
That
does
Charon's
get Hachi
started
more.
with damage.
The
Free reign
Charon
at that
wave
T1
is
tower
coming
to,
through. Oh my god, Honor almost dies. Speaking of almost dying, you get tossed into the good old-fashioned ability there. I'm a Monster is not on target this time, unfortunately. But everything else is. Sikkim is good. The 3 is bad, but also still good at the same time. Eagles Rally also good. As now on her is taking the 1v1 against the Hachiman finally. But unfortunately for him, it's too little too late, as now Momo also ends up dying. Now currently 3k in the lead. Good beads on the Hachiman, good Aegis on the Honor. Make sure that this is a blood-free zone. Also, the fact that he's
Relic
not
for relic.
playing Duke Dan de Leon's is sad.
I can agree with that.
Truly unfortunate.
That was a very
Indubitably, if you
costly team fight over there for the
It was
Backdoor boys,
most
though.
definitely a costly team fight, and honestly, I think the worst part about it is that could have all been avoided by not taking the fight. As we go back into stasis mode, by the way.
Man, that's
It is wild and out here, brothers. It is wild, and Smite servers are held together by hamster wheels and super glue. As Athena is now over trying to get to Fable. But hey, guess who you just took into your towers, brother? It's 2 tanks. Like tanky tanks, too.
Yeah, but not being able to get that kill there is pretty bad for the.
It is pretty
Backdoor
bad for
boys.
the backdoor boys.
it
But
definitely is.
realistically, you were never getting that kill.
It forced the Xintian's back though, so now I mean Bologna gets the farm for a little bit without him being. It looks like he's going to be going for a mid rotation now. Probably gonna be
Forces
looking
out
for-
the Robin ultimate just to make sure that Robin does end up keeping his life. And now we are on to the next beacon. Seepage does take a little bit of poke, and I think more importantly the beacon does end up going down. The pluck whiffs from Sobek, but the wave is coming. The wave is on to the Athena. No dash can get her out. But the fear no evil is good and is better. As a good pluck means that Robin is now in and forced to beads. Yep, there it is. As Hachiman and Sobek end up ulting as well. Ew, God. It's just a clown fiesta over on the backdoor boy side of the jungle. As on her deals exactly 80 damage to the Jingxin.
For all intents and purposes, this on her doesn't exist right now.
Backdoor boys do end up securing that with the Eagles Rally, however.
Oh.
As Aiden also hits a massive
Fear no
ultimate onto
Not Fear no
the
Evil.
I'm a Monster. Yes, the I'm a Monster
By the
is
way,
massive onto Hachiman.
I did not notice that they got the T2 in left already.
Yes,
For
Hachiman
17
exists.
minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the beacon
No.
ended up doing that, by the way.
Oh, so the beacon took 2 towers for him. That's fucking crazy. Wow.
That is wild.
Didn't find again. That's okay.
That's all right. It's fine. We're made of money at the corporation anyway. And by that, I mean Loshak will pay for us.
Oh, cool.
Hey, look, alright.
I love it when my boss pays for me.
Yeah, I love it when my boss pays my fines, you know?
Great time, great time.
All right, I think I'm gonna leave the rest of this game to you boys. I gotta dip out. You guys have yourselves a good one.
And weak.
Okay, good luck, miss.
Speaking of weakness, the back... Oh my god, wait a second. That is not weakness. That is strength. That is
That was
bold.
just. I am going to alpha on you right now.
I am going
Eat my
to...
Rommel.
I'm going to out-crazy you. Right here. By the way, Sobek, very close to death.
Oh.
I'm a monster, missed because of the taunt. But the back droids do secure the kill onto Sobek and the Pyromancer, as now Fable's getting demolished a little bit by the combined effort of the carries. And Fear No Evil is good, forces out the Hunbots, as now on her, very close to death, but doesn't end up actually dying, as Athena gives her life for the cause being her backliners. As now it is up to Bologna to try to
has
escape.
to just keep running away, but they are going to end up meeting this Shitian right at the back end of their tower. It will just be a mishmash of abilities until you finally go down. Just cleaning up the kill on that Bologna.
Agreed.
Was looking good for the backdoor boys. Do get the bomb, but really bad runaway afterwards. They end up trying to take the fight, and it goes very, very poorly for them.
I think the big problem with the fight is the fact that, oh my god, wait a second, Honor's dead.
His honor is.
Wait, no, Athena is ulting, and that
Athena
means
ult does
that,
come in.
oh wait, okay, she's on the other side of the wall.
And
Nice.
they did not turn on the Athena, even though she got left at the other side of the wall.
Honestly, I'm the crazy bastard that jumps in there, like, into them because Athena's ulting, and I'm like, alright, I'm going in.
You know, in all reality, backdoor boys are really only down tower gold right now.
Yeah, about 4,000 gold, and that's all from the towers.
Right. They've kind of evened this game out pretty well for themselves, despite some really questionable plays at best. We are 21 minutes in, and this Thebes nor the Prof Cloak are even stacked up yet. That is probably a big reason why this Athena feels so squishy right now.
Agreed. Athena definitely needs to get those Thebes and Prophetic Cloak stacks online.
As much as you don't want to split farm with your
mid
your
laner.
laners, you kind of have to, just to get this. As soon as the Thebes is done, you can leave them alone. You don't have to be with them at all times. Man, is that just really hurting them at the end of the day? I mean, 06 and 3, right? Like, you have 0 tank stats, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, in fact, you can actually check as long as I remember the button to press. That is the one. Nope, that's not
154 Fizz prots, 139 match prots. Not great.
Not great. Not
Probably
bad.
be around 200
Not
right
great.
now, but not great. No.
As now we are grouping up on this beacon again. We're looking to fight. This time it's the backdoor boys that take the initiative here. With their 3,000 deficit that is plateaued. But Charon Wave does come through. Forces out the on her. And now this would be the time to look for something if you're fighting over the beacon. But no beacon to be got. Instead it is just a look at the fight on the Gold Fury, I suppose. As Sobek gets the on her beads, and the impale bad form from the on her just impaled them out of the Athena damage. As I'm a monster. Fear No Evil ends up going off on the Scylla, but Sentinel is good to get her away. The Athena does die, and there's nothing we can do about it. And the on her does as well, actually. It's now a 3-for-0 trade. Hayden also about to die due to the wave. No! Unfortunate. The only one left alive is the Bologna. And now it is unfortunate in the hood. Charon does exactly what they want. Long range ability that go burr. Hachiman also trolled their jungler, by the way. Hey, we don't know that yet. Shut up.
How so?
We got into stasis mode a few too many times, aight?
Yeah, we get put into stasis mode about 3 or 4 times this game.
Just this game alone, by the way. All the other games have been doing the same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, listen. Realistically, we knew that this was probably coming for the Shine, right? We didn't ban Hachiman. We didn't ban anything else. And I expected to be...
073 Athena.
We did top pick in 073 Athena. And we picked on her instead of
39 Thief stacks at 24.5 minutes. That is just not acceptable from your support.
At
really
bare minimum, you
done.
need Gauntlet Thieves done by 20 minutes.
Right.
That's assuming you bought it second.
Here we go. Boom. Thieves done. Finally, 24.5 minutes.
Also, no beads on the Athena is true, Fable. That is a good point. I wouldn't even mind the no beads on Athena if they had a Magi's.
I think in all reality, I'm doing 3 blink beats this game.
As yikes! That is a massive Jing Chen and to fear no evil. And now it's just the rest of the team trying to do anything they can to live through it. A good beats from on her means that they'll end up living to see their Titan, maybe. But the Titan isn't going to be the only thing that will go. Oh no, everyone ends up dying. It's now a 5-man on the Titan. There's nothing much you can do about that one, boys. Other than not play what we did.
That's a deicide to end the game. Yo, props to the Shine. These are some really good sets out of here.
Yeah, these are some really good sets. The fumble in game 1 was rectified by not picking Charybdis, you know. I'm glad that we can all agree that picking Charybdis is a problem. And you should see a professional about it. See a therapist. Go see your therapist.
And trust me when I say we are tired of shit on the broadcast.
Yeah, we have been doing this for 9 hours. No, we will not be doing player interviews, by the way. We have been doing this shit for 9 hours. We want to go to bed. Or at least get on
food,
Smite.
please.
We're hungry. We need food. We don't get a break. We don't have people to replace us in between sets, guys. It's only us. No, but again, a good set from the Shine. Definitely a set of all time. Truly, one of the sets that have been played in Smite.
Right.
I'm surprised to see how well Hayden did on the Scylla game 1 and how that transitioned to the other 2 games. I think at this point maybe it just was a comfort pick or a crutch or something like that. I didn't like the Athena, and I know you didn't.
No.
And we're the backdoor
Pretty vocal
boys,
about that.
and we look for it. I think we look to try to expand our support god pool a little bit, and expand the mid god pool a little bit. At least something that might be able to deal more with the Hoonbots.
Don't play Kumbhakarna.
Also
in the
that,
tournament.
just don't play
it's
Kumba.
just,
Legitimately,
bad time.
if you had Athena last game instead of Kumba, that might have been good enough.
right.
That's, I mean, hey. Or Jing Chen. Jing Chen was up. Or Kuzumbo. I can go down the
Starts
list.
ragging on the backdoor boys a lot. It's just.
You picked Kumba. You
picked
deserve to get
Kumbhakarna,
racked
we
on,
had
brothers. I hate to say it. You picked Kumba. Oh, man. Well, that is going to be it from us on the cast. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. That is going to be it from us. Dash, you got anything you want to say to the people?
Don't play Kumbhakarna.
Don't play Kumbhakarna. That's a good lesson. That is a good and valid life lesson. Another good one, don't play Scotty, and don't play Cupid. That's going to be it from us. It's a good set from you guys. Congratulations to the Shine for winning our gym tournament, and a good job for the Backdoor Boys for having an entertaining
Wait,
set.
I got one more thing to say.
One more thing to say.
All
for
of the
Mitch.
supports that played in this tournament start playing Athena. That character is actually broken.
Correct. Yes, but at the end of the day, we are going to say what we do when we end off every stream. Go out there, play some good Smite, play some fun Smite, and make sure to get back to work.